So my niece suggested I watch this show called Evangelon. It was a pretty good show. There was only one real problem with it. There was this purple guy that just kept showing up. I don't understand what he was doing there. He was just a really rude man. He just kept showing up. He was really big. First time I saw him, I knew that he was going to cause problems and destroy a city. It was very strange. Then they take a man named Sneak or something, stick him in a tube and shove him in the back of his neck. I don't understand that. It just seems kind of weird. The boy that's shoved in that tube has to breathe some sort of liquid. I think they try to explain it with oxygenation and shit, but as far as I know, when you get a liquid in your lungs, that's called pneumonia. I got that as a kid. It's not all that fun. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was swimming with my dad, and my sister shoved my head under the water. Held me there for a good 3 minutes. Couldn't breathe. Ended up sucking in a lung full of water. That was the worst next 3 weeks of my life. Had pneumonia. I used to think pneumonia was actually pneumatics, but apparently that's not true. It's called pneumonia. Anyway, that blue or purple guy, he's not all that good. People keep on praising him and shit for attacking those guys with the balls in their chests. That just seems rude. I don't know. They didn't really do much, I think, to deserve that. Really, they should be more diplomatic about these things. There was once a time when I was big into diplomatic situations, and while I was into that, I learned about a term called diplomatic currency. Diplomatic currency is a very interesting thing. You see, diplomatic currency would be considered the assets that you use to convince other people to do what you want and to agree with your terms. It's a very important thing. Most people should learn what this is. It's called diplomatic currency. They don't got it. That purple dude just shows up and starts punching motherfuckers. No concern for the damages caused. Almost crushes 2 boys. It's painful. The amount of rage I felt when I saw they almost got crushed by that arm, it was phenomenal. Never felt anything like it. That Shinichi boy too. He needs to start growing a pair. You know what I'm saying? All he seems to be doing is shouting and yelling. He's yelling at the top of his lungs. Never seems to get any sort of courage. Nothing seems to change with him. Nothing but sad disappointment and the tears of the fallen. The show's pretty good though. Except for that purple guy. He's a real bitch. The number of times he's destroyed a building, it's innumerable. I could not describe to you how those people would feel if they were to look upon the fallen rubble of their houses. It can't be good though. Cannot be good. Someday there will be a reckoning in that world. Someday. Never quite understood why that red guy showed up either. He just started punching motherfuckers too. It was very weird. They kind of acted like a tag team. I don't know. I feel like there was some very bad miscommunication between them. A lot of fighting, not a lot of talking. It's a very sad moment indeed when the world resorts to nothing but violence. They should talk things over more often and stop all the suffering and the dying. Nothing but disappointment. One of these days, you're gonna have to stop and think about what they've done. Guess it doesn't matter now, but it'll matter someday. Those poor people. I cannot understand why this show decided to bring in that purple fucker, or why it was necessary to torment him. I mean, I'm sure the reason why this purple guy decided to start punching everyone was because of the hole drilled in the back of his head. All those times of taking this tube and shoving some kid in it and sticking that in the back of his neck, it could not have felt good. Nothing but pain, suffering, and never once do they stop and think, what was he going through? Why was he so upset? It's just not right treating him like that. I'm sure he could have been a very nice and diplomatic fellow in one time or another, but I guess it's a bit late now, isn't it? Never understood what was up with those numbers either. The numbering system for the giant guys that kept showing up. 1, 2, 3. As far as I can tell, number 2 was there before number 1 doing actual work. Number 1 didn't actually get used. And number 3 was working before 2 properly. Never quite understood that. It was very strange. I don't get it. Really, they shouldn't have numbered them at all. Should have given them proper names. Just because they're giant guys doesn't mean that they're not people. And really, they didn't go into much detail with those guys, did they? They just kept on making them punch motherfuckers and cause a bunch of problems, destroy homes, destroy lives. But they didn't really talk about what they are, where they came from. All they ever do is strap shit on them and start saying, hey, take this gun and go shoot that guy. Go stab this other guy with a knife and destroy that other guy's force field that apparently I think he worked very hard on. Obviously wouldn't have stood up to one of them missiles if he didn't put a lot of time and effort into that. My only other complaint would have to be why didn't they use nukes? Like, if I was in charge of the military at that time, I would have used a nuke. One of them atom bombs, as they used to call them. I mean, that is man's most powerful weapon. Aside from those giant guys, apparently, but they never used it. I just don't understand why. I mean, I'm sure that field is strong and all, but a nuke should have just blown right through that. It's really weird how Toriyama just didn't think about that. Keeps from dropping the ball. It's very disappointing. Anyway, thanks, Margaret, for letting me borrow that show. It's pretty good. If I were to rate it, I'd probably rate it a 9 out of 10 stars. Might have rated a bit higher if it wasn't for all those giant guys showing up, beating the shit out of other fuckers, destroying all those cities. Guess that's all I gotta say about that. Anyway, enjoy it if you watch it. Bye.
Oh, shit.